And it means he can, God and absolute Brahman is everywhere, Atman is everywhere, but he can be found more tangibly in the heart. And that's Angushtamatra, the form of the size of a thumb, as it were, in the heart like a thumb, that by virtue of intellect, emotion, imagination, will the infinite being, that reality dwells in the hearts of all creatures as their inner self. So he can be found everywhere, but more manifest tangibly in our everyday life. We can feel that he is there. That's why Upanishad, another Upanishad says, Osti iti eva upalabdhabhyo. You want to meditate on God or Brahman, whatever. First thing, he is there. Osti iti eva upalabdhabhyo tattva bhavena chobhayo. Then you think that it's not only existence, it is all consciousness. That is not consciousness, it is also the infinite, undivided, absolute bliss, that is that Satchidananda. So first you start with Sat. Where it is there, God is nowhere. We don't find anywhere. At least we can feel here. Because He is there because we are alive. Because He is there, we can see, we can talk, we can feel, we can experience sadness, joy, happiness, pleasure, pain, misery, all this. So this Upanishad 13 we read, which said that how He lives in us, just give again imagination so that we can experience or we can visualize that idea in the heart, like as a small space of the heart. He is residing there in like a thumb. How? By virtue of intellect, by emotion, imagination, will. That infinite being dwells in the heart of creatures as the inner self. All these things are happening because of that awareness, of that eternal consciousness inside. And Jaitad Viduhu Amritaste Bhavanti. Those people who realize this truth, that here is that reality inside. And he is the guiding force for all human emotions, understanding, our action. Everything is possible because of that reality. So this is those people who know this. Know this means we are learning intellectually, but those who know it feel it. It's called every experience, one feels it, that presence of any will. I am having some desire, I wish something, I understand something. All these human emotions, intellect, and all activities are because of that. And that residence of the Lord, as it were, who knows that He is here with me all the time. That is the man who reaches immortality. Then we read the next verse 14. We also read there. We read that Sahasra Sirsha Purushaha, that infinite being has millions of heads. And here say thousands of head, thousands of eyes, thousands of hands, thousands of feet. He envelops everything, the whole universe in all sides. But first he said he is here within me, within us, in our innermost chamber of the heart. And now next you see, what about the outside? So that being that reality which we are talking about here, palpably feeling here, which is causing to express our emotions, our anger, our frustration, our love, our joy, our all these um, human interactions. It is because of that. And that one knows, then he or she reaches towards immortality. Now, next person, then what about your eyes open? What do you see? All the creation you see, every head is his head. Sahasra, Sirsa. Sahasra means thousand, and thousand means aimless. Here, not literally, we have to take 1,000. thousands, Bahuvacham, as you call millions, billions, trillions, zillions. That means every head, wherever there is some, you see anything with a reality, existing reality, all the seeds of thousand heads. Sahasra Akshi, all to the millions and billions of eyes. It is his eyes. He is saying. See how it is taking one step to the another step. That's called the practical Vedanta, to see the divine within first in the heart and then see outside. That's why we emphasize so much for meditation, regular meditation and practice, to feel it more here. If it is not here, outside will be zero. First here and then outside. And then we'll see that every head, he is nodding the head everywhere. He is seeing through all the millions of eyes. It is he seeing. So Sahasra and Sahasrapat, he has thousands of feet. And at the same time, so Bhumi Bhitva, Vishwato Bhitva, this universe, he spreads all over on all sides and he envelops everything. That's how, and then still, he's not finished with this creation. Another important point. Creation itself is so big for us, we cannot think of anything. We are overwhelmed, no? We think of this petty dot in the infinite solar system, this one dot, one grain, our solar system, in the consideration of the huge the galaxies and all these things. How many innumerable galaxies and this. And in that, this world, and in that, I. So either you say you are not nothing, or you say you are everything. So to feel this experience, that says this is not in this physical universe with name and form what we see. In the astronomical studies, when you go, you become overwhelmed. You're just speechless. We only use some terminology. A billion light year. What do you mean by billion light year? What concept you have? You have no foot, inch, mile. You have the concept. You can go up to 10 mile, 20 mile, 100 mile, 500 mile. That was in your mental imagination. What do you do? It is 1 billion light year distance. Oh, then the star it has come. What a new discovery. How much is there when you discover? It took 1 billion years to come and ray of light to catch here. It took. Then what will happen? What is this creation? So this is overwhelming, the gross part of it. But don't be overwhelmed. It is much beyond is there. That's the point. A is the only physical universe of appearance. And then you go to the subtle world of realities, then a dream world, no? How many mental worlds are there? How no? The chakra, people will say, here to here, here to here, here to here. Go all chakras, no? And in between chakras, Thakur could see one chakra to another chakra, there are many layers. So infinite is this creation, it is overwhelming. God is infinite, we say, this brain is too little to conceive. All the modern gadgets, whatever has been so far invented or come out, is unable to fathom a little bit, a tiny dot of that. Now we are talking about Brahman every day, as if we have understood Brahman. That's why he said you don't understand it. That's why Upanishad said, if you say you know Brahman, you do not know. That means you don't understand anything of Brahman. And if you say, I do know, then you do not know. And if you don't say, you say, I don't know, then you know. Meaning that is beyond expression. Those who have experienced even, they cannot express in language. So it is Attatishthad Dasangulam. Above Dasan Angulam means 10, Angulam means the fingers. This is 8 Angulam. 10 Angulam will be like this. Understand? So they measure two ways that can be explained. One is the navel to the heart will be 10 like that. Dasangulam. That's why the Upanishad says it is not exactly so. The rishis just say something to make us understand. So that place where is the heart, that is above the normal plane of activity, where God resides. This is one point. Another point, it is beyond all our perception. I mean, Auma and dot, which is beyond. Gross, subtle, causal, these are our three levels of understanding about the reality outside. That Satchidananda Brahman pervades everywhere, all the planes and every expanse of reality. And but that is not finished. It is beyond. That's why very first mantra we say Purna, Purnamada. Ada means this, Ada means this. This is Purna. It is infinite. Purnamidam, Purnamada, Purnamidam. This is Purna. That is Purna. Full. And everything is full. And out of the fullness, this world and everything has come out. So if you say it is come out, then it will be less. But is it how they're proving that mathematical theory, infinite plus infinity is equal to infinity. Infinite minus infinity is equal to infinity. So that formula here is given. If you take out the whole universe, but it remains the same. That means it is how to give a concept of idea that this infinite is unfathomable. Infinite is unimaginable. Because if you imagine or fathom it, then it is not infinite. If you say that I have realized God from that perspective, if you say I have realized God, that means you fathomed it, that the God is like this. You cannot. If you know, that is not known. If you know this, that you know wrong things. So this is the idea of the Upanishad, giving us the concept that you have to think beyond. Mind dies. Mind should die at a point. The Ramakrishna's simple story helps us to understand that. The ocean frog and the frog of the well. Do you know ocean frog and frog of the well? Juhi? No? Yeah. So that Ramakrishna is a great storyteller and he preaches highest philosophy in a very simple language. As we are talking in this Attatishthadda Sangulam, is beyond all, even after 10 finger space, beyond that, meaning you cannot understand anything through your intellect, through your mind, through your senses. Nothing you can fathom it. You are like an inch scale. You take an inch scale and try to find a distance between here to sun. Take 1 foot. This is my 1 foot scale and another foot. Let me go to sun. It is impossible. So similarly here, Ramakrishna said, ocean frog, he lived in the ocean, he was born in the ocean. He was this giant frog. So he hopping, he came to near a well, and there was a frog who was born in that well and grown in that well. He lived in that well and ate in that well, and that is his life. Seeing this giant frog, this tiny frog said, "Hey, hello, sir, where do you come from?" Then he said, "I come from ocean." Ocean? What is that? The ocean you don't know. Ocean is a huge store of water. Huge store of water, much bigger than my well. Then say, what are you talking about? Your well is much bigger than that. Much bigger? How big? And then he took a jump and as little beyond the well diameter he went. And then they said, "Is your ocean this big?" Well, no. How can I tell you? It is so big. Then he was egotistic. He says, "My well, it will be much bigger than this." And then he again gave a jump. And that was, he thought the ocean is like this. Then he said, "I didn't know what you are talking about, ocean." And then he a bigger jump. And that jump is so big that he died. Our ego try to measure God with each foot, with Vedanta analysis, with Bhakti analysis, with yoga, with all this. They're all words. It cannot be fathomed, it cannot be measured. It only can be experienced. And that experience, when it comes, at that point, no one can say, Ramakrishna going to Samadhi. What he can say there? When he is in Samadhi, speechless. Doctor can't find any heartbeat. Dead. Medically dead. But see the presence. Everyone is charged with spirituality in that condition. Whoever is around that, they are getting uplifted. So it is the question that it is to be experienced, and then you should die. Bhakta merges in God. Oh Lord, I am your, I am your, I am your, get absorbed, 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 and ultimately loses himself in God. Vedanta says, I am that. This I, this petty I, with our whatever is there, I minus my ego, etc., etc. But I minus ego is very difficult. So I there also I should perfectly be destroyed. So when this I goes, then the Lord remains. And that time who will say what it is? So, so here it says that that is the Purusha, the consciousness, that Lord God we are meditating on. We our research is not a small research. This is a research institute. You are coming to Vedanta, no? It is a research institute. It's not Vedanta Puja system. It starts there, but it's unfolding the truth, researching further and further and further and further, and see what comes at the end. No, it's called a realization. So really, it has this grand idea of infinite. What we are all searching for infinite. Nalpe Shukamastu. We are all struggling in our life only for Brahman. Knowing or unknowing, knowingly or unknowingly. A thief stealing things, he thinks that he will be rich, he will be bigger, he will be man of wealth and prosperity. Someone is killing someone. Attraction is love. I will be free from obstacle. I will enjoy my life. Or so every aspiration of human life is to realize who we are, knowing in a wrong path or right path. And the right path, spiritual path, honesty, love, giving, even the vilest path people are taking, the worst path, negative path, that is also for the attraction is that Satchidananda. That is the real nature of it. That's why we cannot be satisfied. We are reading Bhagavat this afternoon. Of course, no one comes to read that and listen to that. Even Rama used to sit, but now he's free. So there he says that there is a story. Uh, One demon or Ashura. So his name was Mahabali. He conquered the heaven and earth everywhere. All the gods are now thrown out, and he took the position of everyone, ruling the whole. So then what to do? And all the gods are crying and weeping. So praying to Brahma, going to Brahma, Brahma, please do some help to us. Brahma says, I am helpless, let us go to Narayana. So they went to Narayana. Okay, and then pleased him and said, please make some arrangement to solve this problem, how we can restore our kingdom back and we can enjoy our life again. Anyhow, then God appeared with the intense prayer and in a Narayana form and said, bless them. Okay, we'll make a issue how to solve. He was born as a Bhamana. Bhamana means dwarf person. And he was born, and as soon as he born, the whole universe was in rejoicing with the presence of the Lord's appearance. As we read the Bible, Christ born, and then the stars, and so silence, so the silent night, holy night, all this feeling, stars are silent, everyone is silent. So it's that same description, beautiful description. God is born, and that time this environment was changed, and the gods are dancing, everyone is happy, everyone is blessing each other, etc. Now, this Bhamana is called the Bhamana, is the one of the name of Bhamana Avatar. Avatar means incarnation in the Bhamana form. So he went to Bali, Mahabali, who is ruling the whole cosmos. And then he was like a brahmachari with a uh, umbrella on the head and water pot in the right and some japamala in the and he approached that place where this Mahabali, who is the king of all the planes of existence, he was doing his some havanam, jagna. It's called Aswamedha Jagna. Anyhow, and he appeared, and because of his presence was so overwhelming, all the priests and everyone, and including Mahabali, he stood up with reverence, seeing his a auspicious person has come to grace our occasion. And then he said, Sir, please tell me what can I do? I want to give you something. You have come here, probably you need something. And I'm the king. I can give everything. Tell me what you want. He said, I don't want much. I only want 3 steps land which covers 3 steps. Then Mahabali said, what? You do not know what to ask from a king? 3 steps of land, I can give you 1 continent. Because I am the Lord of the entire heaven, earth, and all the planes. And ask for that. Then that Bhamana, that dwarf God, God in the dwarf form, man form, said, you know, it is sin to ask for more than one needs. I am happy with 3 steps, 3 steps of land. I'm happy. I can manage with that. So why I need more? That is greed. That is suffering. That brings all these problems. He's indicating Bali also. Bali is not satisfied with the earth, not satisfied with any one plane. All these 14 planes and all this zone, he has conquered everything and still he wants more. So he said that is the not satiated, that experience of pleasure and experience of power. It does not go away. As you increase, it increases. And why? Now the question is why we are not satisfied with anything. How? In material world, you gain whatever you gain, you are not satisfied there. You get 100,000, you want 200,000. You get 1 million, you get 2 million. You get 1 billion, you get 2 billion. You get trillion, more trillion. I do not know, trillionaire is here? Anyone? Yeah. But anyway, I'm thinking if someone gets even that amount, he will not be satisfied because we are infinite. Vedanta teaches by our very nature, we cannot stop anywhere until we reach the goal. That who we are. Who we are, how can we go? Die this little I which is trying to reach infinite. Because you are infinite. So that is the Upanishad teaching us. And that's why in the eyes of Upanishad, everyone is a spiritual seeker. Right from a person who is a vilest person and worst person in the society, and to the holiest of the holy, all are moving towards the same reality. Right and wrong path. That's good. Now, today we are reading the verse number 15, which says, Purushayevedagam sarvam yad bhutam yascha bhavyam utamritattaseshano jadannena tirohiti Purushayevedagam. The same idea repeated. Purusham is the consciousness, that supreme consciousness, eva idagam sarvam. What you see, the table, the chair, the roof, the house, the temple, the human being, mountain, rocks, water, trees, birds. Idagum. Idagum is this what you see, what you feel, what you touch, what the five senses, whatever is in your perception. Sarvam means all. Idagum sarvam. Purusham. What is that? Again explaining. Jad bhutam, which has been born before, which has been already existing. Jad, jad bhutam, jatcha bhav, which will be tomorrow, new addition, which was there, it permeates everything, which will be there tomorrow, it will permeate everywhere, and what was in between, anything comes and goes, it permeates everything. And utamritatta seshana, all this, nothing but this infinite being. Though he grows beyond his own nature into the form of object, we see in the world, no? The things are growing. eh? But this in this growth, he is interpreted into it, interpenetrated into it. So though he grows beyond his own nature into the form of objective universe, he still remains the Lord of immortality. That means this Atman remains in its divine self, unchanging. What is created, not created, it is like that. H2O permeates in everything. When the sun, ocean is calm, ocean is rippled, it is very heavy wind blowing, storm, maybe tsunami, but everything is water, 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 good or bad. What was there? It was water H2. When it came in ripple form, it is water. When it becomes the tsunami form, it is water. So all covered by one reality. To give an example, so these are the way to think that what we see in name and form are little waves. Some big wave, some small wave. But it is all constituted with the same content of H2O, H2O, H2O everywhere. And how beautiful H2O. Two and two molecule plus one, three molecules. The one is Sat molecule, Chit molecule, Ananda molecule. Eh? Atom. There is a good language for it. So it is three, Satchidananda, Satchitananda. It would be four, no. H2O2 may be four, but H2 is three. Anyhow. So it says that try to think that these mantras are really to just think. Purusha, you can take one word only. Purusha eva idagam sarvam. Close your eyes and you think that that consciousness, which is existence, which is nothing but the joy and bliss. Three together. That is everywhere permeated. Wherever mind goes, we try to control the mind. Our one process of meditation is to control the mind and fix it in one point. This is another way of meditation. Let mind throw. Let mind go wherever it goes. Your mind comes to Boston. Okay, go Boston. And what is? Idagum, sarvam, that is same consciousness there. Same ananda there. How? Melt everything into one infinite ocean of consciousness. That's a beautiful meditation. And let the mind go wherever it wanders. No control. Finding him in the infinity. This is both ways. The one practice in Upanishadic meditation. People do Upanishadic meditation, they focus on this type of thought. That এই যে বলছে পুরুষা এব ইদগম সর্বম যৎ ভূতম যৎ ভব্যম যচ্চ ভব্যম. So just to spend hours in this thought, gradually expanding. Then when you expand, what happens? Our little petty eye is trying to measure the infinite, no? And it dries. You may say, how I can think of every object as Satchidananda, three. You can say it is some material object. It may be think that it is consciousness. Sometimes we say, but where is Ananda we find? Ananda and consciousness are all together. They come in one package. A gross example. Let us look at the bulb. Bulb is. Eh? Is there any doubt? Bulb is. We see that it is there, no? But is, only is, or it is having light. Light is consciousness, no? Huh? So is and consciousness can stay together. It is there and it is manifesting. So the second point. And it is not only light, it is not only is the bulb, but it is also ananda. Ananda means joy. Touch it. What you find? Heat. In cold season, heat is ananda, no? When it is winter, I mean, season, we put the heater on. Why? To find the heat. Heat is here. Satchidananda is everywhere. Existence is there. The manifestation of that existence in the form of light or conscious, we are aware of it. And third, it is ananda. In every experience of us, it is ananda. Why? We don't feel joy. We may say, no, no, no. Something is bitter experience. But bitter is what? Define bitter and sweet. You have a concept of sweetness up to certain limit. Above is, oh, it is sweet. It is too sweet. Go down a little bit. It is not sweet, Mrs. It is what we will sour or anyhow. So the obverse and reverse, it is only the degree. There is no darkness in the world. Yes, we cannot see in darkness, but night owls and other animals can see that. Our eyes cannot catch those wave in anything in that wavelength. No, so it is not dark for me, but it is dark, no darkness. It is low frequency and high frequency. So this is all the manifestation is the Satchidananda. But to feel Ananda, you are not go to very close. I can see this lamp, table lamp. I can see its existence. I can see its manifesting something which can be thought as conscious, and but to feel the height, you have to touch it by meditation. Ananda means you have to touch it. So that meditation means forgetting yourself and being one with that. So this is the idea given that Purushaevedagam sarvam idam sarvam, whatever comes in your mind. Let the mind go any direction, any object, anything in the universe. But think that it is idagam sarvam is that reality, Purusha. Purusha means man. Purusha is normally meant man, but Purusha means Pure Shete. Pure means in the Pura, Hridaya Pura, in the cave of the heart, he is lying down. As we read the other verse before, that God resides in the heart of all, in the cave of the heart. So Purusha means Pure Shete, in the Pura, in this body. Shete means who is lying down in this physical body inside. Purusha. That's called consciousness. That is the consciousness. We are conscious from toe to our head. Everything we are conscious about that. When we don't feel, we call it is we getting paralyzed. No, nervous system is bad and all this. But it is we are all aware of from toe to head everywhere. That is the Purusha. That Purusha pervades. The consciousness permeates everywhere, from head to toe, in every part of the body, everywhere. So it says that you thus that which is, that which was, and that which yet to be, all this is nothing but the infinite personality or infinite being. Though he grows beyond his own nature into the form of the object, the creation comes, creation goes away. So sometimes it manifests, sometimes it whole galaxy going to the black hole. Then Brahman has been little shortened, his volume is gone little bit because so many have gone into the black hole. But it remains the same. That means this idea how they are trying to put into our limited brain This idea of infinity, that is all though he grows beyond his own nature, means manifest like that, the form of the objective universe, he still remains the Lord of the immortality. He remains the same. In him, no change. Infinite cannot change. Your definition of infinite is that absolute one. There is no change. If you can measure infinity, it is no infinity. If you make a change in infinity, it is no infinity. So unchanging, absolute, and eternal, timeless space. If time can divide and make it little, it is not reality. It is not infinite. Infinite is beyond time, beyond space, beyond causation. So that is the reality. One can meditate on this. Again, they will emphasize the same idea. Sarvato panipadam tat sarvato shishiro mukham sarvata srutimalloke. It's a beautiful meditation mantra also. Sarvata panipadam. What he has said before is repeating the same idea. Sarvata means everywhere. Everywhere, pani, all the hands, and padam, the foot, sarvat okshi, the eyes, shira, the head, mukha, the face. It is he. In every head, he is head. Every eyes, he is seeing. Every mouth, he is eating. Sri Ramakrishna said, Ajay, when Sri Ramakrishna was in the last days, Swami Vivekananda requested him. He said, you have to eat something. Well, I cannot eat. It does not come here. It's a pain. I cannot. Well, no, you go. You know your mother. You tell him. You tell him that you can eat. Well, no, I cannot ask mother for this petty thing. How can I ask? He sees the Lord, the whole universe, mother of the universe, and I'll ask for this body. No, no, you will have to do. So Swami Vivekananda, young man, he forced Ramakrishna to go to Mahakali and then pray that so that you say for us you go, not for you. You'll have to go for us. Who will take care of us? And but he can ignore everyone, but not Naren or Vivekananda. So he helplessly he followed him. And after doing that, he went to Mahakali. What happened to Mahakali? And he knows only. He came back with this idea. He scolded Naren. You rascal, you sent it to my mother. And mother scolded me. Mother said, why are you not eating to so many mouths? Sarvata panipadam tat sarvato shishiro mukham. Even this, every move, why you have to eat this body? You are eating to millions of mouths. All food you are taking, you the Atman. Why you have to go personalize this body? Baba. The Upanishad, we read Upanishad, the practical demonstration in that's why it's said, you read Upanishads and other things in the light of Ramakrishna's life. You will find meaning. It is possible to think that way. It is a reality. Sarvato Sisiromukha. Ramakrishna did not read this Upanishad. Like we are intelligent man, we are reading book and we know so much. We are chanting book and Shankara philosophy. Ramakrishna has no philosophy, nothing. He is a simple statement. Go and ask your mother, not in pastor. And say, no, I cannot do that. Ma is bigger. What shall I ask? No, no, for us you have to go. And when he went, he came back innocently. But he said, you rascal, you send me to Ma. And Ma said, are you not eating to so many mouth? Why you need to eat to this mouth? I am enjoying. That's why Swami Vivekananda in one lecture in this country said, in the millions of mouth I eat. I am hungry in so many ways. I eating in through millions of mouth. Why am I to think this is I only? The grand idea of Vedanta, no? How we make a difference between bhakti, jnana, this, that. These are all our intellectual barrier or misunderstanding. But truth is the matter is that so profound that you you are eating. Can we think one day? I'm eating. Why am I to eat this through this body? I'm eating to millions of mouth. Mane, you expand. Think your identity. We have mane, lost our identity into the body and mind. I am this. I am this. I am this. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, and we also emphasize all the time, unselfishness is God. Thinking of this, you are squeezing yourself down to the very petty 5 feet 3 inches, 4 inches height, 100 days, this 65-pound weight, and this body of mass of flesh and bone. You are not that. You are much bigger. You are much bigger. You are eating through every mouth. You are seeing to millions of eyes. You are blind in one eye. I am seeing to billions of eyes. What a grand thought. Even, if one can close the eyes and just one moment thinks that, it lifts him, his consciousness into a very lofty level. That is the Upanishad's grand contribution. Sarve sarvata panipadam sarvata sutimullake. I hear to every ear. That eye is not the small eye. That eye is this all pervaded eye, which is Satchidananda consciousness. Or I, the individual self. With hands and feet everywhere, with eyes, heads and mouths everywhere, with ears everywhere. That reality exists, pervading everything in the universe. Then next verse. Sarvendriyo gunabhasham sarvendriyo vivarjitam sarvasya prabhumishanam sarvasya saranang sweet. Again, is bringing in another perspective that sarva indriyo guna abhasham, they realize him as shining by the functions of all the senses. They means the people of holy people who have practiced spiritual discipline. They realize that reality, him, we say him. These are the problems of language. How can you say him? Then you see her. Her. What is her? What is him? Is there any language?
Eat, we cannot say eat.
Eat also language.
But eat is better.
Better. Better. Don't say better. but it is also, you're specifically indicating some matter, jara. You cannot indicate it, purusha, prakriti, this, that. That's why language always is defective. Don't follow that language, but please try to take the sense. They realize him, the all pervaded consciousness, what we talked about just now, read, as shining by the functions of the all senses. How can you see? You are conscious. Your eyes are seeing. Your ears are hearing. No? These are perception. But for what? He is there. You can see he, or the consciousness is here, or the Purusha is here, or Satchidananda is here. And these are reflected through the senses. That's why the theory of reflection, Bimbo, Pratibimbo, Bada, all these philosophies come centering around this understanding, how to express that idea. So he says, they realize him as shining by the functions of the senses. We can also feel by, I am seeing, but what light? Oh, the witness consciousness, what light? The eyes do see, eyes is only an instrument. You are looking like that. I am looking at you. My mind is somewhere. I don't see you. Physically, it is happening. All the rays of light is coming and falling in my eyeball, making a reflection there and an inverted image, and that is carried by the nervous system, taking to my brain. Understand this part. But I am looking at you. My mind is not here. I won't see anything. I am here. I am talking. If I or hearing, I won't hear anything if my mind split second goes for some other thing. That is, who is the seer? Not the eyes. Like that analysis goes back, 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 back. And that is the consciousness behind. And then you come from this side. Consciousness is manifesting to the experience of the senses. You are seeing because that consciousness percolates down to this level and to the eyes, to the ear, to the nose, to the mouth, to the touch. This is the expression. To this verse says, they realize him as shining. Why? Where the shining? Shining not inside. We have not developed that much. But they say at least shining by the functions of all these senses. Yet, without the senses, yet that reality is beyond the senses, is the Lord of all, the ruler of all, the refuge of all, and the friend of all. Is a personification more, idea of personification. The Saguna and Nirguna. Saguna and Nirguna. Hmm? Grand idea, no? If we see that through these senses, what I am saying, it is the manifestation of the same consciousness. What they're taking us, if we dive deep into each verse a little bit, that this is the experience from Western idea going inside, and that is perception is happening. Now we come from that side, what is happening coming out. That shining light is necessary, otherwise you cannot experience. In the dream time, what light gives you see the dream? Which light? If you don't understand, okay, now I don't understand that consciousness. Okay, because I see the external light is sunlight is there, eyes are open, I get. But when you dream, at the dream point, what is that light? What light? What light brings you the whole in the dark room you are alone and you are in bright daylight and you are running here, you are doing things, all these things is whatever happening, what light is making you experience that? Think about that. You have to accept some light, some type of thing. Otherwise, how can you remember even the experience? Or you say, in the darkness, in the dream itself, you say, oh, I was going in a dark place and I saw suddenly a light come. Darkness, light, etc., to reveal that what light is behind that. And that is the light of our own light. Our diaphragm sings this one. Light of the light, light of the light. Yeah. So that is the light of the light, yeah? Eye of the eye. The Upanishad says, Chakshas Chakshu Suttasya Sutram Manasu Manujat Bacha Bacham. This is Bacha, speech. It is the real speech behind the speech. Chakshusas Chakshu. This is the eye, the real eye behind this. What is that? Real eye. Chakshusas Chakshu Bacha Bacham Manasu Manujat. It is the mind of the mind. Mind is functioning. What is the power behind the mind? That is the mind, real eye, real senses. So go back to your own self, and that is the reality, which should be. That's why avritta chakshu. That's why we emphasize so much of meditation inside. Any question is there? No, no one, no question. So shall we read another verse or what?
Yeah.
Any question? Yes, brother.
I didn't quite catch what you said Bali was doing when Vamana went to go visit him. Remember the story you gave in the beginning, Maharaj, that you said Bali was doing something.
Oh, Mahabali was performing a jagna, sacrificial fire.
And so he's the demon, but he's worshipping. I thought that's what you meant.
No, he had the pride that he's a big charity person.
Right.
So
he's doing that sacrifice, and then so the dwarf humbled him. Okay, I got it. Right.
No, he was just.
But how demonic can he be if he's doing this nice sacrifice?
He's not sacrificing himself, but he's doing some jagna. That is called, all this jagna means some action in the sacrificial fire, the oblation, mantra, this, that. As we do our Ramakrishna puja time or Mother's puja time. There, he was doing that another jagna called Ashwamedha jagna. That means to have the territory all over the world will be successful if that jagna is finished perfectly.
Mm.
And he was performing that jagna. And the Lord Narayana, he took the form of a dwarf person and he entered into that area. And as soon as he entered, Bali was a great soul. Yeah, he knows the scriptures, he knows how to respect the sadhus and this and that. So he stood up, and all the congregation stood up and respectfully accepted that Bhavana. They do not know he is God himself, but he knows the Brahmin with glow, beautiful spiritual glow as all. And they are attracted to that dignity of the person. So then everyone showing him the washing the feet and like that. That is the traditional way of showing the respect of a holy man has come your house, like that. Then then he said, "You have come here, but for some purpose, no? Maybe you need something. So I am the king." That's why what she said is she has the pride that is the giver of anything. And that's why he said, "You can ask me anything. Why are you asking these three steps?"
It's surprising that the demonic nature has such reverence for holiness. This
Yeah.
is something in human existence we don't see so much.
No,
Yeah,
no,
because they are
Ashura and
austere
Demon are
people.
I'd like to
different.
hear it.
No,
What's it?
No, Asuras and demons are different. That's a wrong translation. Demon means like that you have some negative. Asuras means they are more material bound. They because all the
Well, then
Asuras.
how do you describe the people in this world who do not have such reverence for holiness, if not with the word
Yeah,
assurance?
Sura, the two terms actually in our scripture, Sura, Asura. Sura means godly nature. Asura means they are body bound. Mostly Charvaka philosophers, they are more of that type. Charvaka philosophy means Charvaka philosophy, materialistic attitude of life. Eat, sleep, drink well. You're a good man, eat, sleep, drink well. But you have to conquer. Rajas is more. So the same practice that you have remembered the story of the Indra and Birochana in the Upanishad. Two were Sura and Asura. Indra is Sura, Devata, godly. Asura is demonic nature, or not Raja quality, Tama quality more. Both of them went to the same teacher, and the teacher taught them the same way that you are that Atman which is beyond all Rajas and other. You have no death, apahata papma, no death, no jara, no mittu, no old age, etc. And both went back getting that message. One went back and announced in his own kingdom that I learned from my guru that eat, sleep well, that is the Atman. Atman is the body, so take care of the Atman and feed it, eat it. Even if you have no money, borrow it, like credit card. And then so, and he is happy. He is the king of the Asuras. So he's a very good man, but his philosophy is for me eating, sleeping, this, that. And if you object to that, I will fight you out. Because he's thinking this is to I am to survive this. But at the Indra, he went back again and came back again and came back. And he said, "No, no, I'm not, I cannot be the body. Body cannot be eternal." And then ultimately he got the wisdom. So two people both are doing the austerity. You look at that. Guru says, "Go and do austerity for 23 years." Both of them do the austerity. Purification happened something, but his mind is not that pure up to that level. So he can be like God's attitude. So they are they have good nature, but their desire to be conquering other and ruling other, that Rajas quality remains. They are not as Brahmoganis. We are must not have to match them with Brahmoganis.
And they wanted to have the material world more. So all the Asuras like that for them, they are the medicine, medical science, engineering, architecture, everything are from them. So that is why Shukracharya knew how to make dead person alive. So this Brihaspatis son, the Brihaspatis is the teacher of the gods. They didn't know how to maintain all the body well. They didn't know how to make a good architectural house and everything. To medicine and everything is their property. So they used to come to them to learn to make this material lifestyle better. So that is why they didn't have all the time fighting like that. So they had the good qualities, but they wanted.
That's my point. That
Yeah.
these bad people seem to have pretty good qualities, where sometimes in the world,
Yeah.
the people that you see that seem to be of demonic nature don't have such noble qualities.
Noble
It's-
qualities.
No.
But
They
they
have
have
the
this.
noble qualities, of course, but the thing is that they want to make this body. You need good house, you need good food, you need to keep your body well. All these things are necessary. So they are focusing on that. They all these studies they made, and Ravana was so like efficient. So many
True.
books he has written. He has written. He was
Ravana.
a good pediatrics. So this, still people are following those books and like that. So
Yeah.
all they have all of good qualities and things. But when we are talking about Brahmavida and all these things, then we are trying to say, oh, that's bad, like that. That we are making it. But
That's true.
not always
That's
bad.
true. They're skillful. Well, the materialistic attitude, I'm saying, not that materialistic attitude means they're bad people. Have that demonic, but we create really some bad impression about them. They're the worst people in the society. But no, they have their knowledge. They read the Vedas, and they have read the Vedas in this. They would, in early days, whatever they have to master the Upanishads, Vedas, etc. But then they more turn towards the um, Dehatmavada, that means the philosophy of body-centered life, and naturally skillful in their perseverance of making roads. And Ceylon in Ravana's time, it is said it was the richest country with all wealth, prosperity, engineering, building wall, protecting the country, and all these were. But he was a great lover of Ma Durga also. In India, that's why I say India is a country where even people who will go to kill someone, they will pray to Ma. Ma, give me some opportunity. They're going for stealing. They're going for stealing, no? Burglary. They will do the Mother Kali's puja. I say, Ma Kali, I do the puja for you. Help me today so that I have a good burglary and we can get some money. So Holy Mother was walking from that village, that big telefellow, what do you call the field, and in the middle she was walking. One sheep left behind alone, and she saw this uh, burglar, and he's just coming up to doing mother's puja to get some pray, so that if some innocent people goes and they can take away their money by beating or whatever way. So they're worshipping. The nature is something to focus is different. That's why they have their knowledge, but application. Many people in a spiritual life look at that. We all know what is goal of life. Even we know goal of life, but how much we can apply, how much we cannot. And then as much now we don't apply, so our behavior becomes little non-ideal, non-idealistic. So okay. That's why Gita says, Manushanang Sahasreshu Kaschit Jatati Siddhai. Among thousands of people practicing spiritual discipline, austerity, and all this, few are purified in heart. They can go for God realization and realize God. But many in between, see, you are doing some spiritual austerity, you get some power. You say something, it will happen. You can read the mind of others. See how many teachers, spiritual teachers, they're developed in that way, and they became stuck there. and they become using that power and become famous in the world. For few days, few years, many followers, many wealth, prosperity, money may come. But who can give up that? Then another level, another level, another level. But they know they are not ordinary people. They are very established people in life, and they have read the scriptures. They have a holy company and everything. But it, that's giving the idea of the society in which we live, how our human psychology works. Even in spiritual path is how difficult to overcome these hurdles of life. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Tomorrow we'll have gospel class at 7:30. Oh, now it is coming late. To tightly control one's senses and slay this great enemy, Kama, at the very outset. Maharaj, can you please elaborate a little bit on how senses are to be controlled from the very beginning of life? Ah, it's very, the question is everyone's question, that how our senses, if, how senses are to be controlled from the very beginning of life. Senses to be controlled, it cannot be controlled unless we generate love for God. So when automatically it will be controlled if we uh, pay attention to one side, our attention to other side will go away. And that's why it is not easy task. It is lifelong task. To control the senses is a lifelong task. But that it can be done as in Ramakrishna order, our sadhus are instructed to do. Think of others, do good to others, jump into feel the suffering of others, and practice spiritual discipline, two together. And be unselfish, give as best as you can. And at the same time, try to focus on your spiritual growth. And karma will do wipe out, because if one is doing that, I'm serving others with a proper attitude, that will purify the heart. And then purification of the heart will lead the mind towards God. Mind become pure, it should go to God. Mind finds joy in something else, means does not have any understanding about God. So therefore mind does not go that direction. But if the mind is how to go, yes, by meditation, by analysis, we can take Vedanta takes the four-step path with an analytical way. Everything is momentary. Why am I running for that? That may help, but it may not. You forget all this personal demand. Engage yourself in work. Work. And then I'm working for God. Then I'm working on, at least I'm helping a friend of mine who is in difficulty. I'm serving a patient who is weak or who is an old man. No one is there. I'm trying to give some company. So that way, to think that I'm doing something good, it expands the heart, cleanses mind. So that is one important factor, because we are not meditators. How much we talk about that, our meditation runs around all the time turmoil. It's a turmoil. Uh, and that therefore we should try that as per some method, learn from our teachers or something. But at the same time, important thing is that how easily it can be turned, because forget yourself. If you forget yourself, then question is that all mind will not go to the things of the life. It will go. Forget the body. Those who have no time, look at that. Those who have enormous uh, amount of time left to themselves, and say they are thinking of the body, me, my. If you have no time for thinking, say a mother looking after the children, babies, no time to think of her own body. So many difficulties are going through her body, but she has no time to think about that, how her senses are controlled. Normally, body will say, I'd like to take rest. I cannot do it. I will eat now. I'll do that. But the baby is crying. Two, three children are there. Mom is coming from the office and then taking care of these children and running for taking to the swimming and then this way, that way. Where is your time of thinking of yourself? So that makes something, forget about the control. And the mind would have gone to other direction if you are lazy and have enormous money and wealth and you sit and most of the people go to doctors more. That because time is enough. Why we go to old age, little old we go to doctor. Don't go to doctor. I go and when you go, they will tell this, do that, do that. And as much do, that much your time will go away. But anyhow, just joke.
Did you answer both questions from there?
Eh?
Both questions are done there.
Huh.
So another
I have after time is up. Hey, keep these questions in between my talk so that it will be really useful. We can monolithic talk from one side. It will be much spicy if the question comes in between. So let me read that question if it is today or not tomorrow. In a previous class, Swamiji's letter of Mahadevananda says, I did a little criticism of Swamiji's certain remarks. I hope that Maharaj will take that as just criticism and not an insult. After all, children are all eligible to criticize their oh, say that's okay. No one. I don't think you should write to Mahadevan. I'll tell him. Okay, thank you. No. Criticism object submanable kibale. Constructive criticism is always good. Criticism means what? I don't understand it. Why say criticism? You say I don't understand the matter. What is this? And we can contradict. No. And Vivekananda is up into that. He says, yes, you should criticize. You should not accept anything as what I say. Why shall you accept? You have to use your own understanding and say until you are satisfied. So this is correct. Okay, Jaima, thank you. Happy New Year.